Alright, welcome back everybody. In this video we're going to talk about compound probabilities involving or statements. This happens or this happens. There's two primary types of problems like this. We already saw some of the first kind in our simple probability lesson. These are or statements that involve choosing two items from the same group of items. And these are very simple. We really only need to add the probabilities of the individual items. We'll look at another example of that to refresh your memory on how we did those. I reach into a bag of golf balls. What's the probability of picking a green or blue? That is very straightforward. So we'll look at a quick example of that. But this video is going to primarily focus on the second kind. These are or statements that involve disjoint probabilities, one probability and another unrelated probability. What is the probability that it rains on Saturday or on Sunday? Finding these is a lot more difficult. Basically, in order to do this, we're going to use the idea that the probability of something happening, of all the possible events that can happen, is 100%. And then we'll find the probability that both of them don't happen, and then we'll take that away from the total probability, and that gives us the probability that one of them does happen. And we'll look at some examples of that here in this video as well. Alright, let's go on to the first example. First type, Jaquan has a bag of ping pong balls. There are 6 yellow balls, 4 green balls, 3 purple balls, and 7 red balls. If he reaches into the bag and pulls out one ping pong ball, what is the probability that he picks? Okay, first, a green or a yellow. Well, we look at the total. There are 20 total ping pong balls in this bag. And so the probability of picking a green or a yellow ball, all we need to do is count up the total number of green or yellow balls. And pulling any of those will be a success. So 10 out of the possible 20. We reduce that. The probability of picking a green or a yellow ball out of this will be 1/2. Very straightforward. And really all that is it's the probability of picking a yellow ball or the probability of picking a green ball added together. Part B, a green or a purple ball. Same concept. We want to pick a green or a purple. There are 7 total balls that are green or purple out of the 20 that are there. And so there's our probability, 7/20. And I can convert both of these into decimals or percentages if I want, and write my answers that way as well. All right. Now on to the neat or problems. A meteorologist says that there's a 70% chance of rain on Saturday and a 50% chance of rain on Sunday. What is the probability that it will rain on Saturday or Sunday? And so in order to find the probability that it will rain on Saturday or Sunday, what I'm first looking for is the probability that it will not rain on Saturday and not rain on Sunday. Because once I find this probability, I'm just going to take that and subtract it away from 100%, and that gives me the probability that it rains on Saturday or Sunday. Because this is the exact complement of that. Not raining on Saturday, not raining on Sunday means that it didn't rain on Saturday or Sunday. So this is the probability of no rain on Saturday times the probability of no rain on Sunday. Now I need those probabilities. Well, since there's a 70% chance of rain on Saturday, that means that there's a 30% chance of no rain. I just take the 100% of all the possible outcomes, subtract away the chance of rain. That gives me the chance of no rain. So the probability of no rain on Saturday is 30%. The probability of no rain on Sunday, well, if there's a 50% chance that it's going to rain, that means there's a 50% chance that it won't rain. Now, in order to calculate this, I need to convert these percentages over to decimals. So 30% is 0.30, 50% is 0.50. And now I can calculate the probability that it will not rain on Saturday and not rain on Sunday. And that is 0.15, or 15%. Okay. And now, to find the probability that it will rain on Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to take the 100% minus the probability that it will not rain on either of those days. And this gives me that there's an 85% chance that it will rain on Saturday or Sunday. Realize this should make some sense to us. We know that this number has to be at least bigger than the individual probabilities of raining on either of those days. Because if there's a 70% chance it's going to rain on Saturday, there has to be at least a 70% chance that it's going to rain on either Saturday or Sunday. Let's think about that from a logic standpoint. So it has to be more than 70%, but it also has to be less than 100% because, nothing can happen at more than 100% probability. So we know that our probability that it will rain on Saturday or Sunday has to be in between 70 and 100%, and this is how we get the calculations to do so. All right, we'll do one more example like that before we finish up. Our last example, Jim Cantore. I don't know if you guys know who Jim Cantore is. Jim Cantore, if you don't, maybe you want to Google Jim Cantore and see some of his reactions to thunder snow. Jim Cantore says that there's a 40% chance of snow on Tuesday and a 55% chance of snow on Wednesday. What is the probability that it will snow on Tuesday or Wednesday? Now, with what I talked about at the end of the last example, we know that it has to be at least 55%, but less than 100%. So we know it's somewhere in that window. All right, so if there's a 40% chance of snow on Tuesday, that means that there's a 60% chance of no snow. And if there's a 55% chance of snow on Wednesday, that means that there's a 45% chance of no snow on Wednesday. So to find the probability of no snow on Saturday and Sunday, or no, on Tuesday and Wednesday, no snow on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to take the probability that there's no snow on Tuesday times the probability that there's no snow on Wednesday. We convert those over to decimals to calculate. Having all kinds of stylus problems in this video. And we're going to multiply those together. 0.60 times 0.45. We get 0.27. Or 27%. This is the chance of no snow on Saturday and no snow on Sunday, or Tuesday and Wednesday. I keep forgetting what days of the week I'm on here. No snow on Tuesday and no snow on Wednesday. All right. So, the probability that it will snow on Tuesday or Wednesday is 100% minus the chances that it will not snow on both of those days. And so the probability that it will snow on Tuesday or Wednesday is 73% when we have those different probabilities. All right, that's the end of this video and the end of this lesson. And for those of you who are in Keystone Mathematics, this is the last video of the course. So congratulations, you've made it to the end. Good luck finishing it out, and let's get ready to graduate. See you guys, well, if you ever see any of my videos again or anything like that. All right, have a great rest of your day.